We are live from the blacksmith shop, the Viking Camp, and we are in the middle of a thunderstorm. So if you hear loud rain and heavy thunder, then it's an authentic sound. What's going on right now? It's not edited into the video, if that's what you think. Bring the microphone a little closer. Yeah, I wanted to come up here and do some working in the forge today, but I guess I got surprised by this thunderstorm, which is okay because it's really good for the plants. It rains. Good day, Muncoco64. Welcome. I'm at my blacksmith shop. It's raining right now. I was going to actually fire up the forge and do some work, but I need to go outside and get metal, and it's pouring rain, so I probably won't do that today. Stone Wolf Outdoors, welcome. I don't know if you guys can hear me, but it's middle of a thunderstorm right now. I came up here to do a little bit of work, but the thunderstorm surprised me. KP Heathen, welcome. Thor is riding the clouds. There's a pretty heavy thunderstorm going on outside. Wonder if you can hear it. Kevin W., welcome. Yeah, the thunderstorm outside is pretty good. We have a special guest. Okay, Dutch line prepping. Have a safe trip. See you later. Yes, Thor's riding through the clouds, smashing his hammer. Ha ha. Yes. Prince is over there. What are you doing, Prince? Hey, Prince. Geh auf der Platz. Lichtchen. So it's fine. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Yeah, you got to get to shelter quick because I just barely made it. I carried the computer in as it was raining. So, yes, very good. Having everybody rolling in here. Bob Head, welcome. Nice to see you as well. There's a thunderstorm going on right here, in case you can hear it. Every once in a while, a crack of thunder. I've got a little light over there so I can see. I'm surprised. It's very dark in here. This webcam here is pretty good. Take care, Dutch Line Prepping. See you later. The webcam I have here is actually pretty good. The one on the computer, I really need to watch the lighting. It really needs a lot of light to work. This one here is it's pretty good. It's I have no lights on in here at all right now, and it's pretty dark. Yeah, I'm just drinking a Fanta because I drove up here, so no alcohol at the Viking Camp. At least not while I work. I don't like to drink while I work. That's I have a no alcohol at work policy, usually. Inflatable boats that you'll use on the lake. Oh, wow. Oh, in Tübingen war ein Aufsturm. Okay. That's good to know. It's passing through here right now. It's pretty nice. Heavy rain. But it's really good. My water tank is full. I'm a little concerned about that, where the water's going to go after it overflows. That was probably going to have to go buy 2 more tanks and hook them up probably by this weekend. That's going to be on the budget of this weekend. Yes, I guess you could say skull. You drink Fanta skull. Yeah, I guess I was just talking with Vanessa the other day about an inflatable raft or boat. She wants to go buy one, and I'm like, I don't know, I don't want one. I'm not a fan of inflatable boats. A little Prince over here is a little bit nervous. Yeah. I was planning on water tanks. You can never have too many water tanks. Yeah, well, I'm going to hook up 2 more and see how that goes. And if I need a 4th one, I'll have to start stacking them because I can probably stack 2, 4, at least 4 out of 5 tanks I can stack easily. And then I have to figure out how to hook them all up in series so they fill each other up from the highest to the lowest. So that's the trick that I'm going to have to figure out. Prince is staring at the wall like, what's that noise? Yeah. Kenapu, Lekshin. Up. Nuts. Richtig Platz. Of course. Today's forging project was actually going to be to forge a bushcraft campfire set. It goes across. Okay, I think we're back now. We had a little bit of an interruption there with the connection just now due to the thunderstorm. It could be that the internet shuts out any minute because of the electromagnetic. Yeah, we're having a little bit of connection problems, but that we'll hang in there for a little bit. If it gets too bad, I'll probably end the stream. But right now, it seems like we're still here. So the thunderstorm is right above me right now. So the connection could be a little bit. The connection here because of the lightning and all the thunder we have right now. Luke and Mom, welcome. Who? Lastas. He's looking for the mouse. He's got his ear on the podium over there, and he's trying to listen for the mouse. Okay, the rain is slowing down now. That's very good. There we go. Okay. What we got here? We have a troll. Okay. Let's get rid of this guy. Albert Dyke 33. We're going to. All right, hold on. I got to figure out how to do this. Okay, I hope I just clicked on the right thing. I had an inappropriate message there I had to get rid of real quick. Okay, looks like it. Oh, that was a loud one. Okay. Okay. Oh, Glenn Jacobson, welcome. Yeah, we're in the middle of a really hefty thunderstorm right now. We got Thor riding through the clouds, letting everybody know what's going on. Skull, my Fanta. Oh, I saw Nick in there somewhere. Nick Burson, welcome. Yes. Yeah, the thunder is pretty cool. I made it just in time. If I would have stopped at the house to get the camera, because I was planning on filming a video, I probably would have got really wet, and the live stream would have probably not happened because I didn't have time to run to the car back and forth. Oh, Sean, welcome. All thinkers storm here too. Oh, you think the storm is there too? Yeah, I think this weather front it's moving across Europe right now. So I think we have the south of Germany. We have the storm for another couple hours, and then it moves back up to back towards the east of Germany. Yes, I was going to forge a bushcraft style fire kit. It's a birthday gift for Vanessa's uncle. I'm sure he's not watching this and that right now. It's got where the 2 pegs go in the ground, and they have an iron across, so you can hang things across the top there and stuff like that. I was going to forge something like, oh, Dutch line prepping. Okay. I get the joke. Okay, well, you're welcome even with the inside joke. Okay, we have connection problems here a little bit, so it might be a little bit rough connection, but I'll be here until the internet cuts me off completely. I'm just making sure that so we have enough streaming power here. Yeah, we should have 2 units of internet, so we should be good. Was looking at ideas on the internet today all day while I had some spare time at work in between jobs, and I was thinking about what could I forge next, and I'm really looking at some neat things, and I wanted to try to make a quick fire pit cooking set. You know, the 2 pegs that go next to the you put 2 steels into the ground, and you hang a bar across the top, and you can hang your pots and pans, or you can hang your tea kettle, and you can also forge these little swivel in hooks that you slide up on one of the side things that friction lock down. It's pretty cool. I was going to make one of those and see how easy and how quickly I could do that. And if that's something I'd like to make, I got to make about 10 of them. Sorry, you got to make one. You usually end up making, if it's really good, you end up making about 10 of them something, because usually people walk up and go, I want one of those. And then you go, it's $200. And then they're like, oh, I don't want that now. So, and then, yeah, those turn into birthday gifts and whatever not, because people don't want to pay your time. That's the biggest down draw of this kind of work. You sit in here all day and work hard on a couple of small items that work really well. And with the equipment I have here and the time that's available to me, it's not, no one will ever pay you the time. And they say time is money, but if I was to charge correctly for the time I spend working on something, you couldn't afford it, because there's so many other places that manufacture this type of stuff on a large scale for cheap, and they have industrial machines to forge their stuff. They have air hammers, and they have 4 people working in the shop, and this is 12 hours a day, and they do it all week and every day of the week, and I only come up here maybe one day after work, once a week or twice a week, and start up the forge for a couple of hours, because that's all the time I have. I actually have those. I think I made one when I went to Norway. I'm not sure. But I do have one of those. I have a replica of the Oseberg tripod for hanging cooking and stuff. I have one of those, and those are pretty cool to make. They just take you all day, because I got to twist you got to twist all the steel all the way down, and you have to split the feet open and make 3 claws on each foot, and you have to make 3 of those. And you have to make them all exactly the same length, and then you have to bend them exactly the same and forge the forged part exactly the same that swivels on top, and center punch them. They have to be perfect, and if anything's off, then your work is going to be Yeah, well, old times were simpler. I guess for those day and ages, they weren't very simple at all. But for us, comparing them back then, I guess you could say that there wasn't so much. The only thing you had to do is get up and work hard and hope that nobody came and pillaged your village the next day, or disease came and got you, or the weather really just wipes out your crops, and or your neighbor clan decides to come and slaughter your whole town. Who knows? The king decides to go to war and comes to get your children to train them to be soldiers, or you go to war as a soldier and you didn't get to live past 35, 40 years old. That was it. Hello, Curtis Miller. Welcome. The thunderstorm seems to have passed by now. It's just very softly raining, which is very good. Make a thing nice. Could be sticks. Can go into the pot. So it will be a small size, maybe affordable, cool thing. I have to read that again and try to understand what you're trying to show me there. Line prepping a thing from nice looking steel where 3 paws could be sticks, could go into make a tribe. Oh, out of 3 sticks, I have one outside. Yes, I actually have 3 really old. I think they're hazel. They're relics of the first moments of the Viking camp in the old days. There's also one of those relics is hanging in my roundhouse at the fire. It's a fire poker, and I told everybody this is the holy fire poker. Do not burn this. It looks like a piece of firewood. If you burn this, this would be, that's you're fired. So it's hanging up at the fire pit over there in the roundhouse. Which, if we were sitting right now, we'd be soaking wet because the roof leaks like a shower. I'll be working on that soon. I'd like to fix that. It doesn't have to be perfect in there. Now that I have this, but I would like to have the roof sealed properly, and to be able to have also small fires in the middle. We're gonna work on that. I still have to figure that problem out. Yes. There's a bird out there making a lot of noise. Yeah, it seems the thunderstorm has finally rolled past here. Oh, the other night was, what was it, Sunday or Monday? It was Sunday night, I think. Was it Sunday night? Yes, I think it was Sunday night. We had a thunderstorm as well. And Vanessa and I decided to stay the night here at the cabin. Yes, no one touches the holy fire poker because they'll throw it in the fire. It looks like a piece of firewood. Dutch line prepping. Yes, a real simple little tool. Yeah, I've seen those actually. Those are cool. You can, and then you just kind of rotate them a little bit so that they lock in. And then there's like a circular disc with 3 round holes. Yeah, I've seen those. Real simple. I could forge something like that a little bit more creative. I probably could make like a triangular thing with 3 circles. Like I probably could forge out 3 circles and for the holes, and then forge out some kind of hanging device. Yeah, I've seen one of those today. While I was looking at the ideas for fire for fire cooking kits. I'm in the mood to forge something like that. Oh, who we have here? Dawning Rain, welcome. Oh, we got a couple people showing up in today here. It was a spontaneous moment. I was actually going to drive home, grab the camera, and fire up the forge and film a video. I don't know. Maybe I'll still do that. I have to go and see. But I got the storm kind of interrupted my plans. And I had to let little Pooh Bear out. Pooh Bear wants to say hello. Then Pooh? Is my hair coming? Come here. Yeah. What's your hello, Pooh. Everybody say hello to Pooh. Pooh wants to give 1,000 kisses. Kussia. Kussia. Yeah, Kussia, fine. Little Pooh's my little friend. Have I made an arm ring? No, I have not. It's something I have to look into. I haven't made one of those yet. Dutch line prepping. The symbol you're looking for is called a Triskelion. It looks like the symbol of the wind. It has three circles. Everybody saying hello. Hello, Pooh. Hello, Pooh Bärchen. No more kisses, please. I'm glad you showed up, Dawning Rain. It's glad to have all the usual suspects here. Brett says, hello, Pooh. Pooh's the star of the show. The real star. He does all the hard work and he carries all the tools. No, don't come up here. No. Don't come up here. Does all the hard work and he carries all the tools. I think I have a video about Pooh, like a quick intro to who he is at the way beginning of my channel when he was still a baby. Ein kleines Baby. So, geht runter. Geht runter. Runter. So. Und jetzt geh auf deinen Platz. Hopp, auf deinen Platz. Pooh. Pooh, geh auf deinen Platz. Lichtchen. Hopp, Platz. So excited now. Like, what are we going to do? I got 1,000 Pooh Bear kisses all over me. Animals rule. Yes, I agree. He's looking for his bed. I didn't have time to bring it in from the car. It was raining. Pooh, Lichtchen. Pooh Bear is a German wire hair. That's this race of dog that he is. And I just shaved him too. So he had big, fluffy, long eyebrow, like antennas. I shaved all his fur down to like 3 millimeters about a week ago because it's too hot. And so I shaved some of his face too because they were just hanging in his eyes. And now he looks a little bit more like a Labrador. Dawning Rain. Yeah, a lot of things have happened. I was just amazed to see that in January 2021, I had a really cool forging video that I was so proud of at the time. And I just watched it just about an hour ago before I went home from work. I just rediscovered one of my older videos by chance on YouTube, looking for something else. I'm like, that's me. And I clicked on it because I was using my new YouTube channel, my German YouTube channel. It's called the Viking channel in German, der Wikinger Kanal. And I thought, that's so simple. Somebody has to have that already. I heard something. A helicopter. That's nice. Yes, anyway, so I have trying to find an idea for a name for my second channel. It's going to be primarily in German because I have a lot of German viewers. And they always put a comment in that they'd like to see more German videos. So I'm going to do that, but I'm going to do that on an extra channel. Because every time I do something German or outdoor related with nature, I lose a bunch of subscribers. I've lost 80 subscribers in the last 4 weeks because I've been posting stuff about my garden. Or outside or just general, chit chat. So people don't like to see that, I guess, on this channel. So it's really unfortunate, but So the other channel from straight away, I said, hey, this is going to be a Viking channel, Germanic history, but also about a little bit of blacksmithing and making things and going out into nature, collecting resources, and living a modern life with a Viking mindset, experimenting with some of the ideas and concepts that we assume were relatively normal or the actual factual based information for the Viking age. And that'll also include my garden, my bees, and all the things that I have here. And I'm going to explain a little bit about that. That's going to be the idea about the second channel. Yeah, and I mean, it's a lot of all you guys. You guys are the hardcore part of the family here, and I'm sure you guys appreciate the garden as well, because it's just something. Even if you have a little 10x5 plot of land where you grow your whatever it is that you love to watch grow and put there, it's a special place to be. There's a lot of energy there, and I walk through here sometimes. I'm working, and before you know it, the summer is over, and I'm like, what happened to time? And I've achieved all my goals, but I haven't spent the time to enjoy them. That's why I'm trying to slow down a little bit now. I've achieved my goal of I've put this up, and now I'm kind of trying to slow down a little bit. I've noticed that my rainwater tank project is not quite finished. I thought it was because of 1,000 liters of water. We had one rainstorm and that thing was full. So I'm gonna go get probably 2 more tanks, and then I'm going to probably get 3 because I'm probably gonna pawn one off to Vanessa. She wants one as well, and hook those up in series, and then hopefully I'll have a lot of water. Yeah, the bee videos, I'm probably doing those a little bit coming up here as well. What I'll probably do is I'll probably start a video off by saying hello, who I am, what I do on both channels, one time in English and then another in German, and then I'll cut that video into 2 videos, so that way I can get the watch time and you guys get to enjoy the moment that I get to take you along on that adventure as well. That's very Dutch line perfect. That's very nice to hear. It's a very nice comment there. Thank you. Yes, thank you, Bob, also as well. Everybody's always hanging in there with me. It's a very, very special community we have here, and we have all, we're part of that, and I'm very happy to have all you guys come along with us on the rides. I'm not kicking anybody out unless they become some kind of a special. Everybody's welcome here. It's a very nice breeze coming through here. I really enjoy it. Another reason that you can see that I didn't seal this building up with the boards like back to back. I left gaps in between the boards for the reason I'd like to have some draft going through here because of the forge work that I do. I'd like to always have fresh air in here. And at the top, there is a gap about this much all the way around the roof, which also allows for air circulation. And if there's smoke, the smoke can roll out through the top as well. So that adds for extra ventilation. And it helps to keep the inside here dry. So there's always a constant flow of warm air rising up and through, and then you have some draft. Now the floor is gravel, so the floor is fireproof. And it's still at a slight incline. I still have to fix the problem. There's still some of the rainwater is still managing to get in the ground and moisten up the ground here. But I'm working step by step. One of my main problems is that my budget has run out. My budget has run dry for this project. I spent way too much money than I thought I would spend. I spent double the amount on this project than I was hoping. That's because I expended a lot I've expended a large amount of my budget on materials that I thought that I could use but did not end up So I was basically trying to say is, I bought an anvil. I bought an entire blacksmith forge workshop because of the anvil, and the main part I bought the anvil that has welding on it. I didn't see that until I had done some intricate cleaning to it and polishing, and that's where you get to see all the differences in the metal, and it's been welded up and like all over it. I mean, it's perfectly fine for somebody who wants to just forge. And it's definitely functional, absolutely, but it's not up to my standards. I mean, if I'm going to move this anvil out of its position ever again, it's going to be because I've bought the anvil of my life, like the one I've been dreaming of since I was 12. And I'm looking and looking, and I kind of stopped looking now because it's always, you get your budget and you spend all your money, and that's when that one thing that you've been looking for. Oh, here, you want this? It's cheap. It's only $1,000. And I know if I find an anvil 500 kilograms in respectable condition is going to cost me somewhere around 2,500-3,000 euros, and I'm not paying that for a chunk of steel that's probably worth about $800. All right, Dutch line prepping. We'll see you later. Glad to have you stop by, and hope to see you soon. Yeah, so now I buffed it up. I wrapped it in plastic, and now it's out there in the rain, sitting on a wood stump. It's up for sale on the eBay classifieds. It's along with the forge table and some of the hammers I didn't already had doubles of. So hopefully I can get my money back from that project, and I'll have some of my finances back. But that's yeah. So my next big project for this is electricity would be cool in here. I really at the point where I really would fancy some electricity, just for the fact that we need it to live stream here. That's a fact. And you guys know that once in a while the camera batteries or the laptop battery decides to tell me to, it's time to go home. So, and this one here is about an hour left on this battery today. So if I get the solar power that I am ambitiously trying to save up for at this moment, then I can run full-time electricity in here. Have a refrigerator hidden out behind the shop. I hide a refrigerator back there. Yeah, I know that's kind of modern. It's gonna be outside. You can't see it. It's gonna be under the roof. And then I'll have some lighting, and it'll be aesthetic. As I'll have these lights here too. But I'll be able to charge up my my DeWalt batteries. I'll be able to power the laptop full time, along with my Starlink internet, and I'll have a really cool camera setup. I may even be able to put like multiple cameras, and then you guys can stream and watch multiple camera angles while I'm working in the workshop. I could do like a 12-hour full day live stream at the workshop. That'd be awesome. That's what we're looking for. So I'm really working on that. That's about $4,000 down the road. So that's yeah. I was thinking about doing one of those. Yeah, I don't like asking for things. So I was thinking about doing one of those GoFundMe projects, but I'm not quite sure I want to. Yeah. Matthias, yeah, I've talked to him about, when was this? Last month. He's working really hard on his career. He's doing some education, and he needs a break from YouTube. So he's doing all right. As far as I know, he's doing well. He's just really trying to focus all his energy into studying for his goals. And so, yes, that would be really, we'll see him hopefully soon. Yeah, so I may look into that GoFundMe project, because simply the fact that, and I'm not rich, and I have to somehow put something in the game. If I want to invest, this is a small business as it is. YouTube is a hobby, but it is a costly experience. And if you want to be successful, you have to invest, and you have to reinvest your profits. So that's something I really have to look and see how I'm going to manage to do that efficiently. And yes, donations do help out quite well. So, yeah. Although I have to say, I have been getting quite a few very generous donations from a lot of you guys out there, which has really helped me put this magnificent project here to works. I have to say thank you very much for all you guys' support. It's well appreciated. Oh, no problem, Sean. That's okay. That's absolutely fine. I just, that was the last status that I talked to him on. So he should be showing up sometime whenever he's ready. He's just working really hard on his career and studying for his education there. So that's really important. That's more important than, being online. So that's something. He's got a family and he's got to take care of that. Oh, here comes the rain. I thought we were done, but it's okay. My plants need some rain. Too much talking. I've got all my furs in the car. If I had known better, I would have probably left work a half an hour early to come up here and set up my bed. I spent too much time in the grocery store goofing around at the salad bar looking at what I should eat. There wasn't much choice left. Oh, no, that's, yeah, Bob, I understand. That's absolutely, I'm not asking anybody to do anything that they can't. I understand how that is. That's very tough. I had a time, there's been times in my life that the can of soup was, that was a 2-day meal. So I understand. Definitely. Oh, all this rain. But I am really excited. It's coming together real nice. It's still, I've got some pain. I got to move around a little bit once in a while. Can't sit too long in one spot. There's some, you work in test and tune, I guess you could say. There's some things I'd like to do. The hood on the forge needs to widen to the front about 5 inches or so that when I use wood charcoal, the sparks don't come flying up into the space above the forge here. I just noticed that. Small little piece of work left to do. I also have to, I need some shelves over there. Thinking about even putting a second window in. I need a window over there, Vanessa. And I have contemplated that there must be one more window, which is really easy to make. I made these 2 windows. The quickest way to make a window is make, in a barn like this, is make the window when the wall is up. You screw the frame of the window on. You screw the hinges on. Of course, you measure everything first. And you center everything so that the hinges are there and the next, so that the boards end so that they're even to the middle. I don't know if you understand. And then you get the chainsaw and you just cut around the border of the window and you just open it up. That's how I make the windows. Oh, wow, that's yeah, the car accident. That's really sad. Sorry to hear that. That's a really tough situation. We have the birds out in the forest. Yeah, last time we had live stream, there was a deer. I was literally right outside of the wall there, and it started to bark. I don't know if any of you were there. That was quite exciting. And Pooh Bear's over here. He's looking at the podium. The floor on the lounge area, I guess you could say, is raised up about half a foot, and I have thick boards for flooring. It keeps the floor nice and warm and dry, and so there might be mice under there, and so Pooh Bear is all listening. I think he's listening for the mice. I don't want him eating the mice. They're not. It's not a good idea to let your dog eat the mice. Mice carry a very deadly type of worms that they get, and so I really have to watch what he eats. don't want them chasing the mice. Oh, yes, I got a bottle of water over there. I forgot. I could find that. And I don't know what else. What is that? Yes, I did get a really cool plaque of Odin off of the eBay the other day. If you'd like, I can show you guys. I'm going to go get that real quick. It's right over here. Okay. Whew. Okay, here we go. It's kind of humid in here now. It's hard to breathe. I'll back up a little bit so you guys can see. We've got Odin, or Odin, correct pronunciation. That camera glare sucks. This is oak, I think. Yep, looks like an oak plaque. Really nice. The guy's selling a bunch of stuff. Literally, he had a bunch of stuff, and he had this, and he had some other ones too. But I really dig this one. And so I said, "How much?" And he said, $30. I'm like, "It's mine." So let's put that down here. I've got to find a place to hang it up. I don't have any of those hanging. I don't have any of those tabs to hang stuff. Yeah, that's a really nice thunderstorm we just had there. About 45 minutes. About an hour here. Okay. Another 10 minutes or so, and then I'm going to shut the computer down. I'd like to go home and see if I can get the camera. Maybe I can come back up here. I don't know. We'll see. Cool. Do you have 10 plants? Okay. Lektchen. Ding. I'm always on the eBay classifieds looking to see what I can scrounge around. What's this here? All these buttons here. I'm afraid to push something. Okay, let's see what we got here. Amanda, welcome. I didn't see you pop in the chat here. Okay, up there. Okay, I must have missed it. I must have just got carried away with my conversation there. Welcome to the chat. So we have, okay, today's Thursday. Is today Thursday? Well, it's a coincidence. It's a Thursday evening live stream today. I actually, honestly, did not remember that. I thought that this was just a spontaneous live stream. So I had maybe planned this in my intuitive self somehow, that today's Thursday and I need to do live streams because Thursdays is live streams. Normally, we have Torsdag live stream or Thursday evening live streams in honor of Thor, and because of that, the thunderstorm. I guess that was a reminder too. That's probably that is absolutely something right there. I didn't think of it that way until it just like hit me right now. It was like ding, idea, a lightning bulb. Just like the ideas in the cartoon. Wow, that's something. And it was a thunderstorm. In honor of Thor, on a thunderstorm on Thursday, we had a live stream. That was pretty cool. I didn't think of it that way. I may even title this live stream Thunderstorm Thursday live stream or something like that. When I get off the stream, I'll make sure it has a catchy title. So maybe someone will want to tune in and see this chat. In case they do that, so welcome to the channel. I hope you'd like to see any of our awesome projects and come along. If you're new to the channel, it'd help really out if you click the subscribe button down below and ring the bell. That way you know YouTube will share all of my new posts with you. You won't miss out. I doubt they're going to watch 45 minutes of the live stream to hear me say that, but you never know. I keep hearing weird noises. Sometimes it sounds like someone's driving up the road, and then I jump out and I look and there's nobody there. So I don't know. It's weird. Yes, Thor's Doc live stream in a thunderstorm. How awesome is that? Oh, yeah. I don't have a lot to talk about today. I didn't prepare this live chat. Didn't prepare myself very well for this live chat. I thought this was just going to be a quick live chat. Like, hello, guys. How you doing? See who shows up. And then we have all the usual suspects here. Ghost cars. No, I think it's just there's a lot of echoing from there. There is a road about 4 kilometers up there. I can hear the cars on that, but that's far away. And that's yeah, the Viking Camp it's out there. So there's really I drive a gravel road for about a good mile to get here. So it's kind of really out there. So it's very isolated, which I love that a lot actually. But those sometimes you do get noises from people driving. There's roads up in the forest, and there's people here who have properties, and the forester and the farmers. There's farm fields here right down below. And there's the farmers come up here all the time. They bug me. Let's see what I'm up to. They're usually one of them. I get along with him, a couple of guys real well. And last year he came up here to see what I was up to, and he took out my fence on his tractor. I'm like, oh no, I have to think, and he didn't stop. He just drove off. Oh man, that was a very. So I had to fix that unplanned repair. But yeah, and at the beginning when I got this place, man, it was I can't believe it what I've made out of it so far, and it's only 3 years. But I'm nowhere near close to where I'd like to be. I have a 5-year plan. In another 5 years, I should be able to have reached that goal. But I don't know. I'm working real hard every day, trying to figure out how can I reach these goals. I have a big goal, and I have compartmentalized small steps, like smaller goals that are important to establish the infrastructure I need to achieve that large goal in 5 years. And if you go back on my channel all the way back to one of my first videos 3 years ago, I think there's a video on there where I'm on the field here with my Jeep, and I'm doing like a cell phone video. You can see what it looked like 3 years ago. And that video does not do the honors to how it actually looked, because the whole field was at a gradual decline. So I'm standing at the very top of it, and the lowest part is actually now Well, we took out a whole chunk of that and filled up the parking lot down there. There was no parking lot. We filled that up. Mostly 3/4 of it was filled up. And I made that parking lot out of basically there was a big drop off there. So we dug out like 1/4 of the hill and put it down in that drop off and put all the trees and stuff that we had to get out of there as filling material. And put all that up in there. Now it looks pretty good. I'm happy with it. And I never run out of work. Never. I come up here and I go, oh, that's and oh, this and there and that, and then trees fall on. And then yeah, I still have branches laying out in the field from when we had our last storm. About a month ago. I had just yesterday. I'm really excited to have my little Husqvarna electric chainsaw back in action. I ordered the wrong parts now twice. That was my fault, yes. But finally, I was able to get the correct piece and install it yesterday. And I put it to test, and it's proven itself to be back in action. So I'm going to go home and sharpen the chain later on a little bit today. I wore out the battery yesterday. I sawed an entire oak limb of one of this diameter, about 10 feet long. I sawed up an entire limb with that chainsaw. And so that's, I love that tool. Yes, thank you, Bob. I appreciate that. That's very nice of you. I'm amazed sometimes. I take the time and just, the wow moments don't come too easy because I'm always pressing on. That's the problem. I'm always pressing on to my next goal. You know, I don't sit back and look, wow, 3 years ago, this was nothing. I say, okay, I'm here now. And in a week, I'd like to have that done. And then I'm moving over to this project. And in between this and that project, I have to do something here with this. And so that's kind of how I'm always, yeah. Well, Radiation Raven, we'll hang in there for a couple minutes. Welcome to the chat. Yeah, this is Thursday evening, so I really tend to do them a little bit later, but I'm at the shop now. I'm at the Viking cabin, just spontaneous, and we've just discovered we had a thunderstorm, a real nice one with some lightning and some thunder and heavy rain for about a half hour. And then we just discovered it's Thursday evening. This wasn't planned. It's actually a Thursday evening Thorstag evening live stream during a thunderstorm. That's so cool. And I didn't plan that. That was all coincidence. So if that tells you something. Well, Amanda, yes, that is correct. That's because we're humans, and we have a tendency to seek order in everything that we can call our environment. So, and the natural order of the universe is actually chaos. That's what we humans continue to fail to accept, but we keep working against it. And so, yeah. Okay, that's a very interesting comment there. Yeah, it keeps you busy, and especially it keeps you productive to be always in between on top of projects. But sometimes it can get annoying because you get into a project and you get distracted by the problem that's in front of you, and you don't finish that, and you try to move on to the next thing, and you realize you forgot tools or you don't have something, and then you go on to do the next thing, and then you have a complete stall of, a mess. It's like when I was making the forge, when I was setting up the forge, I was running into endless problems. I didn't have an M10, the thread rod to hang the posts, but I had some somewhere and couldn't find it. I turned my house upside down. I turned my scrap bin upside down, and I ran into the basement. I turned the basement upside. I looked and looked and looked. I went and bought some, and I came back, and then I didn't have the right thread washers and nuts to put on there. So I was like, this is insane. I know I have all this crap, but it's somewhere, and I couldn't find it. So I went and bought more stuff, and I put it all together. The next day, I went to the scrap metal place, and someone had thrown away like 20 feet of the stuff that I just bought, and I would have got it for like $1 versus 50. I paid like $50 for all of the stuff that I needed, which is yeah. That's how that goes. I was actually trying to take a little trip out to the scrapyard today, but time did not allow for that. So maybe tomorrow I can take a ride out to the scrapyard and see what I can find. I have an idea now. I was thinking for all of my scrap metal. Oh man, my legs hurt. For all of my scrap metal, I'm going to be placing behind the shop under the roof, because the roof has an overhang, which is really cool. I'm going to be placing racks for all of my metal so that I can keep that dry and have stock materials for projects, and I can organize it by size and by quantity, because some of the things I only have short pieces or 1 or 2 pieces, and a lot of things that I just bought a whole trailer full of scrap metal from the scrap place, which cost me $40, and a whole trailer full of metal. That's a buddy deal, and so I have to organize it behind there so that I can take away the trailer. And the next thing I'm going to do there is, I don't know if you guys was able to see on the last video where I buried my dog. It's just like all of the massive mostly all of the sandstones that I've dug out from behind here. I have one that is like, it probably weighs a ton. I'm not joking, like 1,000, probably weighs about 1,000 pounds or kilos. It's very, very heavy, and I couldn't loosen it out of the hill with the bobcat. That's how heavy it was. I had to dig it up with the shovel and then get the bobcat to lodge it loose, and then I carried it over with the machine and dropped it there, and it was quite difficult, but it had a convex on top, like a altar bowl, which was really cool. So I made a stone, basically a stone podium in front of his grave for him, and I can put nice things. And I was thinking, if I put a little roof over the top of it, then I can put my Odin figure and my Thor figures, all the Viking gods up under there, and place neat things up under there, and offers for special holidays, make offerings on, so they take care of my good buddy. I'll be in a good place. One day we will all see each other again, I'm pretty sure. An anvil. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know what part of the United States you're in, but I would check around. 99-pound anvil with free delivery would be $300. Well, I would actually like to go. I would check the quality of it before you go and just order something like that. And yeah, I would check. What I would do if there's a farm near, if there's farms, homesteads, and farms, I'd take a little something nice, some kind of commodity, a small package of a bread basket, something nice that's respectable gift to somebody. Maybe a couple bottles of beer in a bread basket with some fruit, and walk up and say, hello, my name is, such and such. I'm interested in blacksmithing, and I'm looking for, if you would possibly somewhere, maybe by chance, have old blacksmithing equipment or tools laying around that are no longer in use that you could be willing to sell, or something like that. You'd have to really drive around I have acquired quite a few awesome deals doing that here in Germany. And it's, the most of the time, it's actually the best choice is to actually go places where there's an old homestead or an old farm, and the old timers, he's still there. And that's the best when the old timers are still there, because sometimes they tend to hold on to stuff and they don't give it up. And what the problem is then that someone will inherit the farm and they'll call the scrap metal guy, and they bring a big container and they throw it all in there. So if you can maybe talk to the old timer and tell him you'd appreciate all the tools, you'd restore them and you'd use them in a very honorable manner and take care of them, and tell you a little bit about what you want to do. And he might be able to help you set up your shop and, do all those things. And what I would also do, check Craigslist. I know it's kind of a shot in the dark there in the States. It's sort of like the eBay classifieds here. I would check for anvils, old blacksmithing tools, forging equipment, stuff like that. I would try all these different searches. And if you really find that one piece of equipment that you've been wanting, guys, a funny story. I get up at 4:00 in the morning every day about that time to go to work and get ready for work, because I usually like to enjoy an hour in the bathtub and loosen up my muscles a little bit, my bones. And what I do is I get up at 4:00 in the morning and I sit on the pot and I go on the eBay and I scan all the new deals before anybody else does. Before I want to be the first guy to get up in the morning and make sure I get all the good deals that someone had just posted. You won't believe who posts stuff at 3:00 in the morning. It's kind of what you got to do every day. If you're after that one anvil or that one piece of equipment or that forge, or you just have to believe in it. Really, you have to say, I want exactly this, and this is what you're going to look for. And you have to have the budget, of course, have the money set aside to be able to jump on a deal like that right away. Like, write the guy at 4 a.m. Hello, I just saw your post. I would like to be the first person to come and take a look at the anvil. I'm very interested. I have the money. Would you please consider, whatever, a time and a date, that's acceptable, something like that. And that's how I get a lot of the things that I have over here. Now, I was lucky with this anvil that I have here. A buddy of mine, he actually restores anvils. And that's how I got to know him, through eBay Classifieds. I found an ad. There's this nice anvil. Okay, the price is, it's kind of up there, but I went and checked it out, man. The anvil was perfect condition. And it's got 2 years of use on it now for me. But I know this anvil it's still in good shape, and it's still a good anvil. The only down draw that I think that, so if I would ever want to replace it, is because I have two horns on this anvil, the rectangular horn and the other one is semi-rectangular. The semi-rectangular horn is still flat and it convexes down to a slightly round, where I would have really loved to have a round horn on one end of the anvil. It makes life so much easier for working on some things. It's yeah, that's Bob. That is correct. You have to believe real hard. The magic of believing, it's a very good science as well. That's to get you what you want. You have to really put your whole energy into thinking things into existence sometimes. And I've done a lot of that to get some of these nice things, like the table for my gas forge. It's an example. I wished for the longest time to find one on eBay Classifieds for cheap. Oh my. We have some heavy wind blowing through here now. It's kind of creepy because I'm afraid of the trees falling in this direction. Anyway, you have to really believe really hard that you're going to find what you need. And so I was like, man, I really don't want to find one. I keep finding them old swage block stands is what that is, basically, that I have my gas forge. Let me show you guys. See the table over there with the gas bottle right up under it there? That is a old swage block. That is an old swage block stand. My camera is about to fall off of the thing here. And I really would have loved to find one of those for my gas forge, because that's a proper table for a gas forge. And so then one day, I was just strolling through the scrapyard place, the usual scrapyard place, the one, the magic place I like to go. And I look up on the top of the scrap metal place, and there's this table just up there. I'm like, I go to the excavator guy and I say, hey, I need that up there. Can you be very careful and bring it? So he's real good with his machine. So he put it down. I checked it out, and the only thing that was damaged was the steel plate on the top. There was no steel plate, which was no problem. And one of the braces had rusted out. That's just a piece of angle iron, no problem. And I got it for like $3. So I was like, whoa, cool. So then I was like, no, I need a piece of angle iron. And I turn around and I look down. The exact piece of angle iron I needed was laying right there in the scrap metal. So I was like, okay, that there. I cut it to the length I needed and put 2 holes and screw it in, and it's good to go. And that table there is now an excellent add-on. I recently had to go and buy a piece of angle iron to fix another piece of the brace around the bottom, but that's, whatever. I invested $15 into a piece of equipment that's going to last me probably the next 10 years. So that's really good. So I put some, what do you say, Schamotsteiner, the fireproof bricks. I put a piece of steel in there. Nice. That is the best stand for that kind of equipment. So then I found that I was like, wow, all you got to do is really that's one of those moments. I just thought about that this morning. How cool would that be if I go in there on a day where I didn't even have gloves with me. I was like, I'm just going to go take a look. And on those days, it's usually like, yeah, you're going to find all kinds of cool material that you're going to have to touch and get your hands dirty. And you don't have the trailer and you don't have any money. And it's going to be one of those days. So I was really lucky to find that. Give der Platz, kleiner Puh. Give der Platz. Little Pooh Bear is getting kind of nervous. Radiation Raven. Yes, sculptures out of scrap metal. That is a very, it's a good skill if you can make if you have that art to actually make things look really nice and you have that creative mind. I've seen some really cool things. A buddy of mine, Chris, he does stuff like that. I got him into blacksmithing, and that's all he makes now. He makes out of random things these useful little garden decorations and makes some nice things. And it's glad I could show somebody open up a new door for somebody. That's really cool. Well, I think the find of the century is if I go to the junk, and I have made the mistake of declining anvils before because they call me up, hey, we got an anvil for you, and I said no. If you make a deal with the guys at the junkyard, at the scrap place, or some other place where people call you from time to time and say, hey, we have something nice for you, like at the lumber yard or at the recycle lot, wherever it is. If you have a honorable relationship with that person, that they call you or they put things aside for you and you decline one time, you'll never get a call again, ever. They'll never call you. They'll never do it again. So if they call you up and say, hey, we put this rusty piece of farm equipment aside for you. We thought, that's something that you might need for your projects. Then go there, take a good look at it, give the guy whatever $5 or $10 for it, take it away and say thank you. Because if you fail to take that, that is an unspoken rule that they'd say, okay, I'm not saving this ever again for anybody. That's kind of how that works. So you want to keep those people happy. They want the pleasure of the fulfillment of doing you the favor of, keeping you something special. And if you ruin that, they're not going to do that anymore. It's a psychological thing. Mostly that's how that works. Hey, dude, welcome. Welcome to the chat. We are now an hour in. So I made that mistake, and for a long time I didn't get any special calls and any set to aside kind of special favors. I went there and there was stuff laying there, and the guy's like, well, I thought you kind of have enough stuff. That's the answer I got. I'm like, So then here's $20. Thank you. Please call me next time. And so that was fixed, but I now have to be more careful. When I get calls or there's stuff for me, I have to take it and say thank you. And if I don't need it, I'm sure I'll find a new home for it. I mean, I'm sure I can establish some kind of fair trade or whatever. Björn Andreas Bullhansen. Yes, I know who Björn is. Björn is actually a good friend of mine, if you believe it or not. I did get to go to Norway a couple years ago and meet Björn and spend some time up there. Björn is a good guy. He's got a heart of gold. And yeah, I watched all of his YouTube videos as well. And I have his first book as in German. Little Pooh Bear, what's up? What's this Pooh? My dog's over there looking at what's going on. Oh, here he comes. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Here comes the Pooh Bear again. Yeah. Round 2. Cuddles. I think little Pooh Bear wants to go home. He's hungry. Oh, yeah, it's I enjoyed it a lot. You see, I don't read. I don't have time to sit down and read. So I got it as a Hörbuch, what do you call audiobook. There we go. Pooh Bear. So I got it as an audiobook because I do drive a lot. Ooh. So geht runter. Runter. Hier runter. Puh, hier auf der Platz. Hopp. Auf der Platz, Puh. Leg chin. What do we got here? I speak fluent German, yes. I grew up here in German. German is my, I guess you could say, second language. You know, it always depends. So I got it as an audiobook because I'm always driving. And it was a book that I felt I got sucked into the story. I enjoyed it a lot. That's my personal opinion. I did enjoy it absolutely a lot. And so, yeah, I have to get the second audio part 2. I have it. I haven't been able to actually get into listening to it yet. And let's see. Oh, yeah, well, Luke and Mom, yeah. Well, I did not build Björn's cabin. I was helping him. We built that together. And it was a very, we had a lot of fun. And my nose is itching. Pooh Bear, why don't you bring over here? Nose tickle bugs with you. Yeah, we built that cabin together. And I must say we had the most fun part on the roof. I'm not a roofer. But let's leave that topic where it is. I think that's not something to be brought up in a chat. So, yeah, unfortunately, the books are not available in English yet. But I know there's a publishing issue. He's trying to find a respectable publishing house that'll publish it in English. That's the big deal. The book's name, dude, is Jomsviking, a Viking saga, I believe. That is the first book of the Jomsviking series. It's based around the time of the Jomsvikings, and I don't want to spoil too much about it. I think it was an excellent story. I really enjoyed it, and I got sucked into I know it's in Norwegian. I know they have it in Norwegian, Swedish, Danish, and German now. I think I know in German. And as a matter of fact, I met Björn for the first time when he came to Germany on signing his books. That's where I met him personally for the first time, and that's how we got in contact. How that all started. So, Pooh, Platz. Be over there digging, and all the Pooh's over there making a mess. Oh, man, I'm very sorry to hear that about your dog. I absolutely understand how that is. That is a very terrible experience. So I'm very sorry to hear that. And as I said, that in the clouds, a thunder rolls. You hear the thunder. It's coming back. Okay, let's change the subject. That's kind of, yeah. But yes, they do have the book in Norwegian, and I'm looking forward to it in English as well. I will definitely buy it again in English if it comes out in English, just so I have it in English. But I do have the audiobook in German, and like I said, I really enjoyed the story, and I got sucked into I felt like I was there in the story, which was very cool. Yes, that was a really good book. I must now check the battery level here. It says I have about 15 minutes. Okay, we got another 10, 15 minutes, and then I'll have to end the chat. Unfortunately, the battery on the laptop is saying I should plug it into the wall here. So I don't have not yet, socket. Like I was saying earlier, I might go and do one of those GoFundMe things. And if that happens to work out, then I'm going to put the full-blown solar panel, the whole 9 yards on the roof so that we can have a disco party in here. No, I'm just, to run live streaming equipment, professional grade live streaming equipment, I do need to have a professional solar equipment on the roof. And so that's something I'm looking into investing in. Okay, Bob, thank you very much for your time and for tuning in. And like always, stay safe and see you soon. Hope to see you soon, Bob. And yeah, I'm going to be trying to film some nice videos this weekend, but we'll see how that goes. I have a lot of things to do. I'll be having a special guest in the blacksmith shop on possibly Sunday. I'm having a acquaintance of mine come up here, and I'll be doing some blacksmithing tutorials for him and with him. And we'll be making some, I don't know, something. If he wants to make some things, we can make them here at the forge, and just to be able to come up here and forge, and it's kind of a one-time experience. So that'd be really, really cool. Yeah, I agree. In English, it would be very, very cool. But I've know he's been asked about it probably 1,000 times, and it's always a very complicated topic because it's aggravating because it still hasn't happened, and the reason is still because of the publishing house. It still has not found a proper publishing house for his English books. So that's, yeah, Radiation Raven. I will try to. I have some neat little projects planned, so maybe I can get some nice videos in. We'll see. Really have to. It's always kind of a last minute thing. I really have a very busy. My schedule changes every 10 minutes. Basically, that's what I'd say. So. Okay. The wind is really picking up, and I think it's time to probably wrap up and go home because this is getting kind of cool in here, and I don't have a jacket. Oh, my candle went out too. Okay. All right, I think this is a good time to kind of wrap up the chat. We had a lot of awesome discussions, like always. Had Pooh Bear over here a couple times saying hello. Okay. All right. All right. All right, I'm going to write that in there for everybody to be able to read that. Okay, everybody. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. Like always, stay safe and see you soon.